We had an internal conversation about that piece, and we don't believe it was appropriate to be actually in the school, period. It should not have been in the art show. We're not comfortable with that. But again, what I know is that a concern was brought to a teacher and administrator, and it was addressed with the parent, and we thought that was an appropriate solution to it.
And what was that solution?
One, apologize to the parent and make sure that the resolution on our part is that kind of artwork doesn't belong at a K-12 art show. I don't think I was an art teacher in the past, and I personally don't believe it should be in an art show at a high school. So there's a way, because I heard him talk about protest, there's a way that you can protest and still be following school rules. Because I think that's really what it comes down to.
So your teacher was teaching protest art because she sent an email too saying this was part of protest art.
Part of art history. So I think the actual topic itself can be very appropriate. I think the outcome of this actually was not. One of my concerns is about the student that's involved too. We're a very small community, and we owe it to that student to make sure we're respectful how we're handling it.
One of your board members said that by not allowing it, there was something about censorship, that for a student to have freedom of speech in art.
We have to follow school rules, is what it comes down to. That's what it is. And if I look at a piece of art and it has swearing in it, then I would say that that's not appropriate to have in the school. So what they create outside of school, obviously, that's going to be their own. But in a school setting, I would say that is not what we're looking for. That's not our objective.
Who approved the art pieces that were in that?
The art selection process is done by the actual teacher.
Okay, somebody said you signed off on it.
Oh, I have no idea. No, absolutely not. So if you think about it, so it's a district art show. It's a K-12 art show, and the art teachers put a lot of time and energy into setting up. It took about 2 days to put it up. There are a lot of pieces there, and there was no approval of any work. That was the job of the teacher to go through, and one would think that there wouldn't even be required the need to censor or to even have that discussion with the pieces that the students are making.
One of the parents said that part of your mission statement is the word respect. And they wanted you to...
Respectful, and safe.
Okay,
absolutely.
So how was this piece, she wanted to know, showing respect?
Well, from what I understand, again, it was a protest piece, so it's protesting that kind of behavior, okay? So, versus endorsing it or supporting it. In the meantime, responsible, respectful, and safe, I would say that having a piece of artwork with that language in it is not responsible. It is not respectful. It doesn't fit the mission of that building. Okay. Absolutely does not. And again, I think we owe it to the student involved to address that with them. And it's a small community, so we didn't believe that it was necessary to bring it to the level that it has. Obviously, there's concerns, and we really do appreciate the feedback. That is citizens' comments, so you don't see dialogue, but absolutely we take it to heart, and we'll reflect, and we've already made decisions about actually, come on, let's be fair. It's not responsible, it's not respectful, it's not safe. We're not changing a protocol as far as what's acceptable in the art show. That piece was there, and because of the text itself and the nature of the text, so many people did not see it. I seriously know that one concern was brought to the teacher in a middle school, and that I believe was addressed in a face-to-face conversation where we did own it and say, hey, we're so sorry, didn't belong in a K-12 art show.
One of the other parents wondered what's going to come next. They didn't know if there are going to be ramifications for this, or reviewing policy, or reviewing...
Well, I think tonight, even just tonight, they talked about, somebody brought up 5 different policies. And again, I'll say from my perspective, this is a school rule piece, and it's an art show. And the art show would be administrative guidelines, but really it's the art pieces, anything made in the school needs to be responsible, respectful, and safe, and to follow school rules. Therefore, anything selected for the art show should be great, because it's following school rules. That's really what's most important.
Do you have any thoughts that it was one of 2 pieces then that appeared at an art fair outside of this community, and it won an award?
Yeah.
What do you think that says?
Well, I think outside of the community and the type of event it is, may be very appropriate. In our school district, understanding the text that was in it, it would not have been appropriate for that to have received an award. And, again, I would apologize. That's not appropriate.
Do you have anything else to